Worshipful Deputy Grandmaster. Right Worshipful District Deputy Grandmaster. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Freemasonry, my brethren all, good evening.
Good evening.
In addition to the brethren previously introduced, it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce the following President and past
Thank you, Randy.
all introductions are complete. Right Worshipful Andrew G. Turney, Secretary to the Grand Master, Grand
Andy.
Trustee. Right Worshipful Jack A.E. Ford, Past District Deputy Grand Master of the 12th Masonic District, Grand Lodge Trustee. Right Worshipful Andrew G. Freda, District Deputy Grand Master of the 3rd Masonic District, Grand Lodge Trustee. Right Worshipful H. Wayland Packer, Past District Deputy Grand Master of the 21st Masonic District, Grand Lodge Trustee. And in spirit, Right Worshipful Glenn T. Fisher, Past Grand Marshal 2011, Grand Lodge Trustee, married today. Right Worshipful Mark E. Carl, aide to the Grand Master. Right Worshipful Peter B. Hees, Grand Orator. Right Worshipful John R. Bradshaw, Senior Grand Deacon. Right Worshipful Michael A. DeMiro Jr., Senior Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Vincent E. Essel, Junior Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Richard F. LaVaugh Jr., Grand Swordbearer. Right Worshipful James D. Choyinski, Grand Pursuivant. Right Worshipful William J. Grassley, Grand Historian. Right Worshipful Robert B. Monticelli, Grand Soloist. Right Worshipful Bruce E. Gant, Grand Organist. Right Worshipful Matthew D. Kaufman, Grand Organist. Right Worshipful Donald R. Tuttle, Grand Organist. Right Worshipful D. Keith Bergman, Grand Tyler. Right Worshipful Michael J. Carducci, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Frank J. DiGilio, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Gary E. Dorworth, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Ed Flores, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful David J. Herman Jr., Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Edward R. Patetis, Grand Chaplain, Masonic Charity Foundation Trustee. Right Worshipful Louis D. Rizzo, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Corey Siegler, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Roy G. Sapadian, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful P. Brian Sheese, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Bernard N. Spence, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Howard J. Stevenson, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Shren M. Pirkatz, Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Thomas W. Murphy, District Deputy Grand Master of the 1st Masonic District. Right Worshipful J. Douglas Stanton, District Deputy Grand Master of the 2nd Masonic District. Right Worshipful Thomas L. Winter, District Deputy Grand Master of the 4th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Roger Quintana, District Deputy Grand Master of the 5th Masonic District, Masonic Charity Foundation Trustee. Right Worshipful Christopher S. Collada, District Deputy Grand Master of the 8th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Michael Holt, District Deputy Grand Master of the 10th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Neil A. McCarthy, District Deputy Grand Master of the 11th Masonic District. Right Worshipful John L. Crasser, District Deputy Grand Master of the 12th Masonic District. Right Worshipful P. J. Eamon, District Deputy Grand Master of the 14th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Jack K. Smith Jr., District Deputy Grand Master of the 15th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Richard W. Holst, District Deputy Grand Master of the 17th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Dale A. Lynch Jr., District Deputy Grand Master of the 18th Masonic District, past Grand Marshal, 2010. Right Worshipful J. Philip de Vinagrazia, District Deputy Grand Master of the 20th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Brady D. Young Jr., District Deputy Grand Master of the 21st Masonic District. Right Worshipful Craig N. Applebaum, District Deputy Grand Master of the 22nd. Right Worshipful A. Kenneth Novikov, District Deputy Grand Master of the 23rd Masonic District, Secretary to the Grand Master, 2014. Right Worshipful Bruce S. Graham, District Deputy Grand Master of the 24th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Lynn Klaus, District Ritual Instructor of the 1st Masonic District. Right Worshipful Michael T. Berkser, District Ritual Instructor of the 2nd Masonic District. Right Worshipful Kenneth E. Wasson, District Ritual Instructor of the 4th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Freddie R. Nunez, Jr., District Ritual Instructor of the 5th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Jose E. Violta, District Ritual Instructor of the 8th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Douglas A. Patrick, District Ritual Instructor of the 10th Masonic District. Right Worshipful William M. Zeltman III, District Ritual Instructor of the 12th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Carl B. Jacobson, District Ritual Instructor of the 15th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Gary J. Olson, District Ritual Instructor of the 17th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Robert W. Hurtnick Jr., District Ritual Instructor of the 18th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Kevin D. Bunting, District Ritual Instructor of this, the 19th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Michael L. Tucker, District Ritual Instructor of the 20th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Ronald D. Miller, District Ritual Instructor of the 21st Masonic District. Right Worshipful Kirk A. Carr, District Ritual Instructor of the 22nd Masonic District. Right Worshipful James C. Carr, District Ritual Instructor of the 23rd Masonic District, Masonic Charity Foundation Trustee. Right Worshipful William H. Marsden, District Ritual Instructor of the 24th Masonic District. Right Worshipful John Ed Peterson, past Grand Lodge Trustee. Right Worshipful Gennaro Adesso, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful William J. Berryroy, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Frank L. Blades, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Harold R. Buchanan, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Gilbert Chernak, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Vincent M. Colasanti, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Ira P. Drux, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Robert Chiefy Dunsmuir, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Howard S. Garabedian, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Charles W. Gray, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful R. Eugene Hill, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful John S. Hawk, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Bruce F. Caligera, past Grand Chaplain, Secretary to the Grand Master, 2016. Right Worshipful Ian P. Corman, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Joseph T. Mazzina, past Grand Chaplain, Masonic Charity Foundation Trustee. Right Worshipful James E. Miller, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Vincent Parzak, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Armand C. Pereno, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Raul Ramos, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Frank P. Rapp, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Edgar A. Schmidt, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Arthur L. Steinfeld, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Raymond W. Taylor Sr., past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Bernard E. Triano, past Grand Chaplain. Right Worshipful Philip N. DeRostra, past Secretary to the Grand Master. Right Worshipful Charles Sokolis, past Secretary to the Grand Master. Right Worshipful Robert N. Stutz, past Secretary to the Grand Master. Right Worshipful Patrick C. Weisgerber Sr., past Secretary to the Grand Master. Right Worshipful Richard H. Trout, past Senior Grand Deacon. Right Worshipful Joseph Varga, past Junior Grand Deacon. Right Worshipful George David Williams, past Junior Grand Deacon. Right Worshipful William J. Anderson, past Senior Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Lawrence D. Thoma, past Senior Grand Steward, Historic Trenton Temple Masonic Charity Trustee. Right Worshipful Howard I. Black II, past Junior Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Howard S. Dumhart Jr., past Junior Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Alex S. Dapak, past Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Joseph W. Bud Fulmer, past Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Thomas R. Harmon III, past Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Franklin D. Tebow, past Grand Steward. Right Worshipful Richard A. Anderson, past Grand Tyler. Right Worshipful Rick Robbins Sr., past Grand Tyler. Right Worshipful Raymond C. Thorne, past Grand Tyler. Right Worshipful Charlie R. Daniel Jr., past District Ritual Instructor of the 15th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Alfred A. Sherman, past District Ritual Instructor of the 20th Masonic District. Right Worshipful James H. Vanderveer, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 1st Masonic District. Right Worshipful George A. Olson, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 2nd Masonic District. Right Worshipful George P. Barnard IV, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 3rd Masonic District. Right Worshipful Richard F. Schmidt, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 3rd Masonic District, Masonic Charity Foundation Trustee. Right Worshipful Stephen P. Wolfson, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 5th Masonic District, and Stuart Trenton Masonic Temple Trustee. Right Worshipful George F. Hefleck Jr., George H. Hefleck Jr., past District Deputy Grand Master of the 8th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Brian F. Johnson, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 8th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Brian H. Blades, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 14th Masonic District, past Grand Marshal 2000. Right Worshipful Bruce R. Conley, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 15th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Leonard M. March, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 18th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Stephen N. Priceman, past District Deputy Grand Master of the 18th Masonic District. Right Worshipful Howard I. Black III, past Grand Marshal, 1993. Right Worshipful David A. Blackman, past Grand Marshal, 1998. Right Worshipful Keith Grazer, past Grand Marshal, 2004, Historic Trenton Masonic Temple Trustee. Right Worshipful Paul M. Ferreira, past Grand Marshal, 2008. Right Worshipful Arnold T. Bush Elliott Jr., past Grand Marshal, 2012. Right Worshipful Henry J. Hank Stein, past Grand Sword Bearer, future Grand Marshal, 2016. Right Worshipful J. Eugene Margroff, past District Ritual Instructor of the 2nd Masonic District, future Grand Marshal, 2015. Right Worshipful John P. Dyer, past Grand Sword Bearer, the next Grand Marshal.